Haiti borders with the Dominican.
Her name is Serena Buffalino. They call her Mrs. B, and her class always begins with a pledge.
Something local, something global. Haiti.
They're words that carry
Yes.
weight here. Helping yourself means helping others, giving back, here and a world away in Haiti.
And nobody's helping them, except for people like us.
It was through her the class learned of Haiti, of the nearly 1 million orphans, many with no school, no support, no Mrs. B in their lives.
They could not wrap their head around that.
Mrs. B's students are among Toronto's most at risk. Their challenges vary from emotional and behavioral difficulties to learning disabilities. Their trauma so severe they can't function in a regular school setting, and we aren't allowed to show most of their classmates.
For most of the kids, most of society has turned them away. And in this classroom, they're accepted. They're accepted no matter what for who they are.
Take Yolanda. She came here last year so burdened and withdrawn, she would often fall silent, sometimes for days on end. It was, she says, Mrs. B's patience, her quiet encouragement, that saved her.
She actually saves people's lives from dangers.
And perhaps that's why these marginalized kids feel such a kinship with the orphans of Haiti, and why they were moved to act.
And so when Yolanda and Jackie and Patrick said, well, Miss B, we need to build them a school.
Build a school, no easy task. They started out raising money. They sold samosas, washed cars, screened movies, you name it. And in just a few months, this little class raised $20,000. So much, it's not just a one-room schoolhouse they can build, but a full 3-story school. And so Mrs. B set off on a journey she'd dreamed of, up into the dusty mountains above Port-au-Prince to a town called Canaan. It's home to thousands of earthquake refugees who live with no running water, no electricity, and no school, until now. The first step was a temporary school. It's up and running, 53 students already in uniform. The permanent school for 250 is growing from its foundations.
It makes me want to cry because she just makes me feel so awed, and I'm very proud of her.
All of this because of a handful of students back in Canada and Mrs. B, the teacher who believed in them.
These are for you.
At another fundraiser, a special tribute to the students, accepted by someone who, without Mrs. B, might not be here.
They believe in me and I believe in them, and together we not only change our lives, but we change the world around us.
For inspiring great things and seeing the potential in everyone, Serena Buffalino is this week's Everyday Hero.
This is the reason why I do what I do, is because of Yolanda and all the...
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been shown that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. We'll match you with the perfect buddy. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
We're offering you a free membership, so please sign up today. Share this with your friends and family, and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a chemo buddy for life.
We are a buddies network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are chemo buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for Life.
Healing through connections.
Good morning, and good morning. How is everybody doing this Friday? Woo! I am so excited. It's like Christmas time in October for me. And I'm saying that because every Friday It seems like, I mean, I like all my other shows during the week, but it seems like something about these Fridays are so special on the Diamond Factor experience with Barbara Beckley and guests and experts. And I always say and guests and experts because this is what makes the show. I mean, I come here and I talk about the show and I produce it, but it doesn't make a show without these wonderful people that come on the show and give their heart and soul. So I just want everybody to know before we have some special celebrities today. So, I got to come on and bring them on, right, the queens, before they come up and we get a chance to talk to them. But I just want to let everybody know, first of all, I always try to give something positive, something that you can think about, something that you can just put in your mind, something that can just resonate in your brain and say, you know what, I need to move forward in whatever I'm doing because I know you are special. So I'm going to talk about the 3 L's real quick. Live every moment, laugh every day, love beyond words. LLL. Live every moment, every second of the day. Laugh, have fun. It's better to have a smile than a frown. And then love beyond works. And that means, love beyond words. And that means just love each other. Love yourself first, and then love others. And I just love having, like I said, queens among queens on my show to share their heart, to share their soul, and just to know that they are an impact in the world. Each and every lady that I'm bringing on today is a part of a collaboration book that wonderful other queen that I met a while ago, Paulette. I call her my mentor. I do. She doesn't know that yet, but I do. I call her my mentor because, we talked. It seemed like we just had that synergy. And when she told me that she's a publisher and she does, collaboration books, and she brings people together with their stories so people can hear those stories in the world, I was like, oh no, we got to put you got to come on the show. You got to bring these authors on the show. So I wanted to make sure that we had this set up. So every Friday this month, we're having these collaboration authors come on, and they're going to, just share who they are, what they do. Now, these are just not authors. You're going to see, you're going to see this more than just author. I mean, these are CEOs of companies. These are nonprofit organizational companies. These are coaches, authors, speakers, international. So with that said, but you know what? How do you bring on royalty? You just don't just plop them on the stage and say, here you go. You got to do it the right way, right? I mean, I honor these women, so we got to make sure we bring them on right. So right now, we're going to just put on just a small video, and then we're going to see these women in action, these queens. Here we go. Good morning. Uh-oh, I'm loud. Do I have everybody on the stage, all the queens?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, Miss, what's this, Pastor P?
Hey.
Early morning for you, or early riser lady. That's what we do. That's what we do. Royalty, right? We have to get up early and do what we have to do. And you all look tremendously pretty. So Pastor P, here we go, round 2. I'm just loving it. I mean, every Friday I just get all geeked up.
Thank you so much for having us on today.
Not a problem, not a problem. It's like I said, it's a pleasure for me to bring you on and really make sure that people understand what this is about, what this anthology book is about, and how important it is for the world. Each and everybody's story in this book is going to change people's lives. Change people's lives. I read just a little bit of some of the chapters, and I was like, "Ooh, I got like just a opening, just a little opening of what it was." I know Pastor P, you sent me some of the bios and stuff, and then there was then I was like, wait a minute, this is not just a bio. I think this is some of their chapters. I'm like, oh, hey, I got a sneak preview. But I'm not saying anything, nothing until, because we're, you're selling, you got the pre-sales going, and we want to make sure that people get a chance to just really ignite on their own. So, Pastor P, before we welcome Maria and Yolanda and Nikita, if I said it right, hopefully I said it right, and Christine, or is it Chris? Chris, okay. So, before I welcome these wonderful queens, Pastor P, just a little bit of how, basically you wanted to start this anthology.
Yeah, once again, Barbara, thank you so much for having us on another Friday to talk about For Such a Time as This. So, For Such a Time as This, a compilation of 21 stories from both men and women who decided to really defy odds and speak their truth and speak their voice. It is founded on Esther 4 and 14. For such this reason, you have been chosen for such a time as this. And so it's really an opportunity for each of these writers to just really share something to readers that they've overcome. There's walking in their truth, speaking their truth, and then really just conveying that to readers. I've always wanted to have a platform that helps other aspiring authors get their stories out, get their voices heard, and then that they make impact in this community and in the world. And so these are stories of bravery. These are stories of triumph. These are stories that's really going to change the trajectory of the lives of people that read these stories.
Yes. Wow. Pastor P, I know, like you said, it's going to, change people's lives. It's going to hit home on a lot of people on a lot of levels, give connection, give hope. I always say, you ladies and men in the book are a lighthouse to the world. You bring people back and say, you know what, I'm not alone. I went, you went through certain struggles, and I went through the struggles too. And there's hope. It's not just the down valleys. After the down valleys, then you get the high mountains, and you're up there, and you're just like, yes, I did it. I did it. So with that, Pastor P, let's get to some of these authors now. I know they've been waiting patiently behind the virtual green room, and they're kind of like, can you hear me? Can you see me? Yes, I seen all you beautiful queens. Yes, I did. So with that, let's go to, let's go to Maria Boatwright. She is, oh my God, this lady, she's a change agent. I love what was a change agent for others, transformational speaker. I love when I hear transformational, because that means that you are changing lives, lady. You are also founder and CEO of Ruby Mac Learning Academy, and you love Mexican food. I almost feel like I'm on those shows where where the man will come out, or whatever, you come out and the men come out and they say, oh, she loves this, she loves that. But no. This is more than that. This is you showing up and being who you truly are, Miss Marie. So welcome. And please, I'm going to ask each lady just to kind of give a little background of like who you are and how you got to this point.
Good morning. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marie Boatwright. I'm the founder and CEO of Ruby Mac Learning Academy and Myrtle Tree Publishing. And I'm just super excited to be here this early morning. So I'm just super excited to be here this morning. I can't thank Pastor Paulette enough for this opportunity. I am an international author and speaker. And as you stated, I am a transformational speaker, encourager, coach, I don't just motivate, I transform. Okay. I believe in transformation from the inside to the outside, with God's help. Amen. And so I got to this point because I was just ready to work on an anthology with others. And I love Pastor Paulette, her spirit, her just how she is overall. She's a beautiful person inside and out. I've never met her in person, but we've been on another platform before. So, but her spirit, you can tell people by their spirits, and she has a beautiful spirit inside and out. And I think that it was just time, the scripture says for such a time as this, and this is the time now during the pandemic. A lot of things were happening, and it's time now to tell your story, to come alive, to reach others and let them know that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. There's no time like this time right here. And God is really blessing his people beyond measure. If you're in him and you understand the word, he's going to do it for you. And he can do it if you understand that with your faith and your faith matching the word, anything is possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Yes, you talking about transformation. I felt that just you talking and telling us that. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. This is I tell people, I said, I'm being greedy right now. This is a gift for me. You ladies, just chiming in and really talking about who you are, what you do. Now, Maria, because now I always say this, I'm always going to ask this question. Now, before you became this legendary, this wonderful transformation speaker, and I know you love Mexican. I love Mexican food too. When you had that down there, like, ooh, I like that. And everything that you do, and often a CEO, what kind of, I know it just didn't start like when you just was born. It's like, ooh, I want to be all this. So what kind of prompted you to be what you're doing now?
No, it didn't just start like that. But from a little girl, I always knew that I wanted to help people, but I thought I was going to be a doctor. But God has a way of interrupting your plan so he can do what he wants to do in your life. And so, I've gone through a lot of trauma in my life, from abuse, being molested, having a domestic abuse situation. And so I had a lot of fear, a lot of low self-esteem, low self-worth. And I never believed in my own self. I could believe in everyone else and their dream and push them along and push them forward. But I never saw it for myself. I never thought that it was going to happen for me. And you know how you get comfortable in just being where you are and thinking that that's all that is for you. But many times people were speaking in my life and I would hear them and I would be like, yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. No, that's not me. That's not going to be me. I'm not going to do that, because I just didn't see it. But I tell you, and I'm going to say this again, during the pandemic, it pushed me to come outside of my comfort zone, come outside of myself, and get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's a hard thing to do, getting comfortable being uncomfortable and allowing God to just move and be and do. And so that was new for me. I am a minister. And even though I am a minister, we still go through things behind the scenes that we don't ever allow people to see and that we don't ever share. But we have our fair share of trials and tribulations. But this time I said, I'm going to be a little more transparent. I'm going to be more open. I'm going to allow God to just move how he wants to move. And as I move, God has been opening so many doors, and he is just blowing my mind. And that's all I've been saying since the beginning of the year. God, blow my mind. Just blow my mind, God.
Well, that's what it's all about. And see, that's why I love when people tell their stories, because you know what they went through to the point, and that gives you credibility. I always tell people, because people like, well, she doesn't understand. I don't know about, she don't seem like she has low self-esteem or she went through whatever. And then when you tell them the story, like, what? And now you this big queen and diamond shining to the world? Oh no, you just gave me hope. See, so that's what I'm loving when people bring their stories out. And I know through these chapters, everybody's hitting on some things that, are, and that's a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm telling you, I want to keep stressing this. You are saving lives. You're helping the world. So let's go to Miss Yolanda Churchwell, Miss Founder of The Bag. I love that. The Bag, the Business Associate Group LLC. She's an author, coach, an impactor of the world, and she looks beautiful this morning. So, Miss Yolanda, how are we doing today?
Good morning. My name is Yolanda Churchwell, and I am a system solutionist. I am the founder of the Business Assistance Group, where I help women entrepreneurs take the hassle out of their hustle so they can make more money and have more free time. I am just grateful to be here this morning. Thank you so much. I came here, I met Pastor P while I've been on my own journey. I've been trying to step out of my comfort zone. I am I'm the most extroverted introvert you will ever meet. So sometimes I have ideas in my head, but I just hadn't been putting them in place. I was sitting on them. So I kind of took a note from Joyce Meyer's Do It Afraid and Nike's Just Do It, and I put it together. And this has been a year of Just Do It Afraid for me. And so I've just been walking in whatever opportunities God brings me to, as long as they feel good in my spirit. I have been just jumping out and doing it. If fear is the only thing stopping me, I've just pushed through. And this opportunity with Pastor P has just been awesome and wonderful in its own way.
Well, thank you, Queen Yolanda. I mean, it's just, well, first of all, I have to go and I have to just say, lady, that when I was reading your bio and you said The Bag, and then when it was telling what you do for businesses and what you do in general, I had to give you so much kudos for that, because we need that now, especially with the pandemic and everything that's been happening now recently. So thank you for just being that person, that like middle person to, bring businesses and say, hey, you can do this. So I know, I just wanted to ask you though, what made you just say, I want to, be a part of people in business and get them going and make sure that they're running right?
This wasn't something I just woke up and decided I wanted to do one day. I come from a family of entrepreneurs on both sides of my family. This is not my first entrepreneur endeavor, but I had just come to a point in my life where I had reached all of the goals I had set for myself, and I felt good, but I didn't feel fulfilled, if that makes sense. And so I just started praying for God to show me the purpose that He put inside of me. Why did He place Yolanda Catrice Churchwell on earth at this time? What is it that He wanted me to do? And so I just kept kind of praying and fasting for my spiritual gift to be revealed. And through different twists and turns and stuff, I've just discovered that my spiritual gift is encouragement and upliftment. That's what God put me here to do. And so He takes all of the skill sets that I have over the past, all of the different things that I've done, all of the things that I am proficient in, and He has created in me this system solutionist that comes in and helps people who are in business, because 8 out of 10 businesses go out of business within the first 5 years. And right now, African American women are some of the leaders in opening businesses. I don't want to see us fail. So if I can come in and I can help you to figure out how to do things in such a way so that you don't go under. A lot of people think that the reason most businesses go under is because you don't have business. It's not. It's because you're growing and you don't have a plan to succeed. And I learned that on my own. So in learning that, I started to figure out how you plan to succeed. And I found that I have a greater gift in that. And so that's what I want to share with the world.
Ooh, I'm loving it. Everything you said, but what you said when you said you don't want to see us as women fail at our business. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's one of the reasons why I love bringing you ladies on, Pastor P, because you are, a force to be reckoned with. I'm telling you, and we have to collaborate with each other. And I'm putting this out here because it's so important. I think a lot of times people don't understand what collaboration means, but coming together as all of our empires that we're building and help us grow even further. We need to celebrate each other. We need to be there for each other. We need to hold each other's hands when every time we're going through whatever. and we need to just build ourselves up. So, and you're doing that. You are doing that with these businesses. So thank you, Lady Yolanda, Queen. And let's go, before we go to our other two queens, you know, our sponsors are like, hello, Barbara. So I need to make sure that I give our sponsors just a little bit time, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. If everybody you're just showing up now, this is the Diamond Factor Experience Show with yours truly, host Barbara Beckley, and I am here with the co-authors of Such a Time as This. And this is the right time for this book coming out, because I know it's going to create an impact. It's already have been creating an impact in the world. And we have the visionary, the award winner person that started this whole thing, Miss Pastor P, as we call her. She's here with these lovely queens and these co-authors in the book. We just heard from the Queen Yolanda and Queen Marie, and now we're going to talk to two other wonderful, fascinated ladies. I want to go to, now is it Chris or Christina? I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Good morning. So my name is Christina, but I go by Chris.
You go by Chris? Okay. I just want to make sure I get that
only
promotion.
my mama called me Christina.
Okay. You know, it's funny you said that, because well, my mother, long rest in peace, she used to call me, but when she get mad, she said Barbara. But you know, people used to call me Barb. So I was like, oh, when I hear Barbara, I'm like, uh-oh. So I get it. So Chris, thank you, Queen, for coming to the stage. And you are, you know what? I'm not even going to say it this time. I just want you to tell everybody who you are, because you are a chief master sergeant. I'm just going to put it there, and we'll let you finish the rest.
Yes. So I am first thankful to be on the show. So thank you so much for having us. It's humbling to be on such a beautiful platform with beautiful women and queens that are out here representing. So thank you for that opportunity. I am currently still active duty. I'm a Chief Master Sergeant in the United States Air Force. I've been serving for about 23 years. And I love my job. I love what I do. I love helping airmen. And I think that as I grow into my stripes and continue on this journey in the Air Force, I realize that representation matters, right? And so what I do, I am a reflection of those that might not see themselves in the top 1% of the military. So I hold that, near and dear to my heart. And with that comes the opportunity to share my story. I am a survivor of abuse at home. I was molested by my father, and then jumped out of that, and then turned right into a domestic violence relationship with I would like to say with my practice husband, but survived that as well. And then, you go through life and you're trying to figure things out, and you realize one of the things that my mother said to me all the time is, things happen to you in order for you to share your story, because through your stories, you become a blessing to others. And it took me quite some time to get to a point to be able to share my story. But baby, let me tell you, the pandemic put me through some things. God put me in solitude. I had to go to a base where I ended up going by myself without my family. And that year in solitude, he's working on you. He's making you come to Jesus about some things. And from there, I got the strength to be able to share my story. And I did my first anthology. I wrote my first children's book as an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to put a little bit out there, and Lord, do with it, as you will, right? We are all a vessel. So I let him use me to touch other people. And I didn't realize, the impact that it would have. And then from there, I founded She Persevered LLC. And that is basically where I'm out here to help aid and assist women get their business started. In the military, I do contracting, and I do a lot with small businesses. So I just take that information and help women find ways to get small business grants and loans and establish their business strategy, put them in the meetings or connect them with people that's going to help their businesses succeed. And that's just a little bit about me. I'm a mother of 4, 3 beautiful children, 3 beautiful women, and then my youngest is a little boy. And God has blessed me time and time again, and I'm here still smiling and shining despite what I've been through.
See, this is what I'm seeing. Now you can't help but call these ladies queens and diamond shining. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, Chris. I mean, just so much that you just awesome. First, I want to say thank you for serving for us, because that right there, 23 years, come on, 23 years. And then through all of that you dealt with, and then now you just hear just a ray of just brightness in the world. So thank you, lady. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
I just have to say, you said that you're in the Air Force, right?
I am.
Uh-oh.
I am.
I hear something going on.
Oh, hold up. My phone making an emergency call. Sorry about that.
So I said, hopefully everything's okay now, because I know you're still serving right now. So everything is good. But thank you for sharing your story. And we'll be back around again, because I want to talk about chapters in a minute. But I do want to get to our last. She's been very patient with us, Miss, and hopefully don't kill me if I say it wrong. Is it Lanita?
Lanita, uh-huh.
Lanita. Woo, I got it right. Thank you. The name sometime. So thank you, Lanita, Queen. So tell us a little bit about you, lady.
Okay, I am Lanita Fitzgerald, known in the writer's world as Author L. Fitz. I'm born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. By day, I'm a claims supervisor at a prominent insurance company here locally, where I've been employed for 19 years. I'm an author and the owner of For My Sister's Sake Accessories, where I provide beautiful, affordable jewelry to help my beautiful sisters look good, build confidence, and at the same time make every outfit pop. Also currently working on my For My Sister's Sake Sister, where I will start a journey of becoming a self-love activator to help busy professional women who want to have a deeper relationship with themselves, who want to allow their greatness to shine, those who are ready to do the work to become who she desires to be, to use self-awareness strategies to start a self-love journey. I want to do this because starting my self love journey is what helped me to be who I am today, which is more motivated, more inspired to push myself to, achieve greater things for myself. Had I not started this journey, I would still be, unmotivated, uninspired, low confidence, still trying to find my way. But starting this journey has pushed me to put me first and start doing the things that I love and want for myself. And I want to help other women find this same love for themselves.
See again, we're supporting each other. And Lanita, she just said it again. But one thing she did leave out that I have to tell people what she's doing, and is coming soon. She's going to be in her own solo book, No More Tears. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell us just a
Yes,
little.
ma'am. That is a solo project that I'm working on that should be releasing in late December. The title is No More Tears, A Story of Faith and Resilience. It's a memoir of my life journey that's going to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly, the ups, the downs, obstacles that I've, gone through and overcome. And I just want to share that, to kind of inspire other women, to let them know that, regardless of the hand that you're dealt, you still can overcome, and you can be whatever it is that you want to be. You can achieve anything, any goal that you set for yourself, any dreams, you can still do it as long as you trust the process and put in the work.
Yes, definitely. And I love about these anthology books is that it starts off where, because I know when I was in my first one, 3 years, it's been a while. And I came with it was a bunch of other ladies too. It was like 18 of us. And it helped me say, you know what, I can put pen to paper and write this. Because before, one thing about me, I mean, I was good in other areas of school, but writing was a challenge, a huge challenge. And the first thing I asked the publisher, I said, do you have an editor? Because you're going to need to edit my chapter up and down and all around. I don't want to embarrass you. So I think, and this, ladies, if you can, maybe this is the same for you, is when you started, or if you started in the anthology book, and then say to yourself, I want to do my own. And that inspires, because now you're like, okay, I put one chapter there, and when you think about it, you have so much to give. And you say to yourself, shoot, I need to do another chapter. Then you write the other little chapter. Next thing you know, you got 10 chapters of your life. And I see that you did that, Anita, with your book, No More Tears, that's going to be coming out, that you probably said, okay, you know what? I got more to say. You all have more to say. So I just want to encourage you, ladies, like if you don't have your own, after this anthology, get your own solo book, please do. And I know Pastor P can help you, because she's a miracle. She's a miracle worker.
Oh, thank you so much.
She's like, let's get that book out, right? Get those other books out.
Yeah, I think that, the anthology really does give writers an opportunity to just really get a taste of what it is to be an author. And it does bring a lot of a lot of confidence in those who didn't think that they could do it, and if they just really trust the process and go through the process, and when they can see that, their chapter is done, and, it brings them a lot of hope, and they're, after that, it's like, man, I could do this. And you really can. You just have to go through that process and make sure that, if you're doing a solo, that you're connected with the right people, the process of what it means to, self-publish your book. You're doing the necessary things to make sure you are, you're protecting your intellectual properties and all those steps. But yeah, it is definitely something that's, doable, but you just do it, but you make sure that you are connected with the right person that can really help you along the journey.
Yes, definitely. And you need people like you, Pastor P, that helps us get through all of that. I mean, you're more than just a publisher. I want to tell people, stress that you really walk people through the journey of their stories and what they need to put on pen and paper, and encourage them and teach them. I mean, you just do a whole array of things. So I have to give you so much kudos for that, of helping these women and others that are in the book, and men, because there's kings in the book too, that in their stories. Yeah. Because usually, I think, now that I think about it, most of the books that I've been in is mostly women, which I love them dearly. But yes, I'm glad that you have a variety of women and men in the book, because they have to tell their stories too. Men, sometimes they have to be so tough, and they'd be like, I don't want to, and I'm glad that you pulling that out of them. You need to pull that out. Men need to hear men talk, real talk. So that's good that you're doing that as well.
Yeah, that has been a real blessing to me, to be able to share their stories as well. And so I hope that is, creates a trend for other men, that they know, that they have the freedom to share their story and not be ashamed of it, and be vulnerable, because everyone has a story. But for men, sometimes it's kind of hard to just be open and sharing the experiences that they've gone through in life. But I'm hoping that when they see the other men come forth and share and talk about their stories and what they've overcome, that it does give other men an opportunity to say, yeah, I want to share mine as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then maybe, you might think about it, maybe you have a men anthology book come up next or something like that, so you get more men to say, hey, come and tell your story. It's okay. Men do cry. Men do go through things. They get depressed.
Oh, I like that. I like that title. Men do cry. Okay.
Go ahead and copyright that quickly.
Men do cry. That's good.
See, I didn't see how the things just flow out your mouth. You don't know what's going on. God is good. Yeah, take that, Pastor P. Hey, I'm not
write it
doing
down
it.
too.
Write it down.
Okay.
Like Chris said, take that.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm glad. See, this is going to be a little. See, that's what I'm saying. When you come together, you never know what's coming out of your mouth or ideas that you give others. So yeah, I want to see that. That'd be good. And I have some that I can send you. Some men I can send you.
Okay.
They need to
Okay.
say. So just in case you want to do that, you know, I think all of
Okay.
us as women have some men in the world that we can say, hey, you need to tell your story. But with that said, now I want to go to, because we got to just a little bit, just unveil a little bit of the ladies and their chapter, like I just want to hear the title of their chapter and just a little bit of a backstory on why you picked that certain topic or chapter. So I want to start this time. Excuse me. That's the one with Yolanda.
Okay, so the title of my chapter is God Used My Mess to Bless Me, because we all know that no matter what you're going through, God is able to use your mess to bless you. But you have to be in a position to be blessed. God will guide you, but guiding you means that you have to be in motion. Guiding is the definition of guiding means that He walks beside you, He leads you, He shows you the way to go. But if you're just standing still, He doesn't really have anything to work with. So even when you are in your most confused, even when you're full of shame, even when you're full of doubt, whether it be in your business or your personal life, it's important to know that, yes, we all know push, pray until something happens. But the other part of that goes with that, because faith without works is dead, is work what you know. Work what you know until He gives you the next step. Just keep moving step by step by step. And it's just kind of like in the story about the manna, where He gave them what they needed each day. He told them not to store anything. He'll make sure that you have fresh every day. If you just put one foot in front of the other every day, He will give you what you need to get you through that day. And so that's kind of what my story is. Yes, I've been through some things, but I choose not to dwell in them. I choose to look at how God stepped in and He used that as an opportunity for me to move forward, to fail forward, because sometimes failure is a part of your success. And if you give it over to God, because all things are that are called according to His purpose, will work out for your good. So if you give it over to Him, and I'm sorry, I probably should have told you, I'm a PK, but I have my own personal walk with Jesus. So, I'm a work in progress, but the verses that just come out. But if you just give it over to Him without a shadow of a doubt, He will find a way to bless you. And for me, the biggest lesson that I have learned over the last 7 years has been, stop putting limits on what He can do. We are so quick to say, this is the blessing that I want, or this is how I want to be used. But I have learned that we do serve a God of abundantly above all we could exceed, imagine, think, or ask. And when I stop putting limits on Him, the things that have been happening in my life, I can't even put into words sometimes the way that it comes. Just the relationship with Him alone by itself. But then when you add the other things that come to fruit in my life, just let go and let God. That has a whole new meaning for me.
Ooh, come on now. This is when I need to have another half an hour of just listening to all these ladies talk. Yes, one foot on front of the other. I love that. I always think about that. Somebody last week said something similar to that. So everybody's on that same vibe. You got to take action. You just can't just sit there. So thank you for reminding us of that we need to step forward and take action so we can push towards what we're trying to do. Ooh-wee. Okay, Miss Chris, title of your chapter, lady, and just a little backstory.
So my title is chapter This Light of Mine, because I lost my light somewhere along the way. And I think it's important for us women to admit that, right? Like sometimes we're so involved and so engulfed in so many other things that we forget who we are and we forget where we came from, right? And I discussed in my chapter what I went through when I lost my mother. And so my mother and I, we didn't have the best relationship, but I did not realize how you have to take the time to heal. And I lost myself because I refused to heal because I was so defiant. And I wanted to show I'm strong and I can do this all by myself. All those things that make you, do your neck like this that you realize later on in life you don't need to do, right? And so I talk about how when I lost my mom, and then I found that I didn't want to be in church. I didn't want to go. I was mad at everybody and everything, and I didn't understand why it happened to me. But there was a calling on my soul that said, get up and go to church every Sunday. And I went there mad, and I went there angry. But for some reason, I just had this call that said, go to church, even though I was mad, even though I was angry. So I still was connected. I was fighting myself. And so that light was still gleaming in the back, and I had to work my way back to that light. And I realized what it was is I was scared and I was afraid, and I didn't want to become who I was becoming through the pain of the loss of my mother. I didn't want to deal with that. And so I just talk about that journey, about how we have to allow ourselves to heal. And it's okay to hurt, right? Everything is not going to feel good, right? And I had to come to the conclusion that the things I was mad at my mother about, I had to let that go because it was keeping me from becoming. Yeah. Let it go, process it, and then flourish from that moment on. And it took me a long time to realize how deep I was cut or how I felt, because I had so many unresolved things that I never got to do because I was so busy being mad. And you miss out on all the joy, you miss out on all the laughter, you miss out on all these things because you want to be mad. And I live with that, to this day. And that's why I choose, to be happy and to be in the moment and to be joyful now because of the moments that I missed out on. So this light of mine that I now have, and I choose to share my light and give light to others and light others' candles. And when I see their light dimming, I'm coming in like with all the bubbles and all the joy, to show them that you don't have to stay there. It's okay to feel, and it's okay to go through that moment, but you don't have to stay there.
Ooh. See, what I like about all of you, see, I'm just loving everything about you all, everybody. But what I really like is that you're not taking, how they say, don't be a victim of what you go through, but be victorious. Yeah. And you are all so victorious on all the things that you dealt with. And you're still like, like you're talking about, still, I got to find my light. I got my light back. A lot of people turn around and go the opposite direction in life. That's why it's so important for you that you are telling your stories, because a lot of people take the left instead of the right. And what I mean by left, they be like, well, you know what? Woe is me. I'm not going to be nothing. People have talked about me. I have low self-esteem. I've been molested. I lost a really great loved one. So maybe I'm lost. They take that and they use that as their story. And that's not their story. It's just, you're just going through things to get to your true story. And that's what you're all doing. So thank you again, Chris, for reminding us about that light that we have to find in us to keep shining. So wonderful, wonderful lady. Woo. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, Miss Maria, what's your story? What's your chapter?
Okay. Wow, this is so powerful. My chapter is called An Unfailing Love. And in my chapter, I'm talking about the death of my father and the impact that it had on my life, and how as a young girl, you experience a love from your father like no other. If you're a daddy's girl, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. A father's love is like no other. And because of his death, it gave me a sense of despair, and how I tried to find that sort of love in others, in men, in young boys, and that it just didn't work out the way that I thought that it would, that love would never be what I experienced with my father. That love would only come from the Father above. And so that's what my chapter is basically talking about, how when we have a void, nothing can fill a void but God. And it's kind of like self-medicating. You know how you self-medicate yourself when you're down and out, when you're depressed, when you feel like nothing is going right, when you feel like you have no hope. Well, my self-medication was trying to find love in others that never was going to exist. And finally realizing that the love that I needed came from the Father above.
Yes, definitely. And I love how you, because I'm a daddy's girl too. I was a daddy's girl too, so I totally understand where you're coming from. And but I like, because some people, they didn't have that father figure, the right one, or they weren't there. And I like how you said, but we all have that father figure in God. And if people just, understand it, that can keep you moving, when you are missing out on the earth, on the physical part of it, of a dad. So thank you for bringing that in your story, and I'm loving it. I can't wait to read these chapters. Ooh, I'm going to take a day off of work and just read through the whole book. I'm just going to take a day off. They don't have to know. It's going to be like, okay, this is a self-care day. Oh, well, I got the day. And read these chapters of these ladies. And man, ooh. So Miss Queen Fitzgerald, let's hear it, lady.
First of all, I want to say y'all are blessing my spirit this morning with these synopses. So thank y'all so much. I'm so glad to be here and hear all of this. But the title of my chapter is Obedience Brings Blessings. And I'm a strong believer that, if you line yourself up with your God's purpose, then you'll receive many blessings. You'll be able to, you know, soar and go wherever it is that you want to go in life. My chapter focuses on my journey of transformation in my professional and personal working life, and it focuses on trusting the process when you're in what I call the holding zone. Um, my inspiration for writing in this for such a time as this came from my family, my friends, co-workers who would always ask for, hey, how did you go from being a problem employee to being more motivated, being able to be promoted, not only, on the job, but in the spirit, all of that good stuff. So most would often use the phrase that they felt stuck. So my chapter talks about how I moved past being stuck. My message for the reader is to just trust the process. Sometimes God has us in this holding zone, and we just have to be patient. We have to do the work, and we can meet any goal. We just have to trust the process.
Ooh, I love that. Trust the process. Trust the process. A lot of times, we're in my mind like, oh, this process. But yes, if we keep it going and keep moving, that we're going to get to the other side. So thank you for sharing that. Trust the process. I like that. I got to put that down as one of my in my corner of my laptop there. Like it. So Pastor P, last time I messed up. This time I'm not going to mess up real quickly. Lady, you're not only the visionary of this book, but you are part of the book. You're one of the authors. So what's your chapter, lady, in this little background?
Yes, yes, yes. I do have a chapter inside the book. My chapter is entitled When the Blessings Come Through Pain. And, for me, it's really sharing about my journey of going through the divorce and not realizing that even in that process, no matter how devastating that it was, how God just really, transformed my life, and He pushed so many purposes out of me. And when I say so many, I mean there's many things that I've been doing since then. And one of the things is, my businesses that came through that pain. And so I talk about that journey and what it did for me to get me to where I am right now. And sometimes we don't see how the hand of God is moving in our lives because we're so focused in on the pain and how we got to that pain in that moment. But if we go through that journey and that process of one self-discovery, and then not only self-discovery for who you are, but discovering who God is in the pain, and then allowing Him to take you through that process, that there's blessings at the end of it. There are things that God will call you to do and push purpose out of you. And so in my chapter, I talk about that journey that I've gone on, but I also leave the readers with some strategies and some tips on how to really overcome some of the trauma that they've gone through to get to the blessing. And then just for the readers to know that, in the midst of all the pain and the suffering that you may have gone through, think about the end result. What is God doing? What has God done? And how has God really revealed who he is in your life? And the journey really is, you know what? The blessings come through the pain.
Love it. See, what I love about it is that you tell the story and then now you give us tips and ways to get out of whatever we're dealing with. See, that's what I'm talking. That's that action. That's that action that Yolanda was talking about. You got to put stuff into action after you hear the stories. So thank you and give the tools for everybody. So thank you, Pastor P. And again, it's big. Thank you for being a visionary over the book. Now, I know time is of the essence right now, but I do have to ask each and every one of you. Now, this is not just, the book and it's coming up in November, but you all have your own businesses. So I want you to just tell each one, just go through and tell how they can contact you if they want to, if people want to get with you as a client or as a business partner, or just, you never know, you get friends this way too. So let's start with Marie and then go around, just say how they can contact you.
Okay, I am Marie Boatwright, and you can get in contact with me at www.mariesboatwright.com or on all social media platforms at Marie S. Boatwright. And what I do is I work with individuals and organizations. I help transform your organization and build capacity. I do workshops and trainings. I do seminars, and I am a speaker. And so those are some of the things that I do, and I do adult education and tutorial services as well. So those are some of the things that I do, and I would love for you to stay connected with me. Again, you can reach me at www.mariesboatwright.com or on all social media platforms at Marie S. Boatwright.
Awesome. Okay, people, you start reaching out for these women. I'm just putting it out there. Just kind of, they're not just here, they're here to help too. So let's go to Miss Yolanda.
Okay, my name is Yolanda Churchwell. I am the owner of the Business Assistance Group, and you can find me at www.getthebusinessassistancegroup.com. On all my social media platforms, it is again the Business Assistance Group. I help women entrepreneurs take the hassle out of their hustle so they can make more money and have more free time. So if you're feeling frustrated and overwhelmed by the business of doing business and your talent, that tug of war, reach out to me and I'll help you to put some things in place so that you can feel free and at peace and be able to focus on your talent. And so again, that's getthebusinessassistancegroup.com. Have a great day.
Yes, get the bag. The bag. I love it.
Yes, get the bag to help you secure your bag.
Yeah. Ooh, that's another thing I need to write down. See, y'all give me all these good little things I got to put on my laptop. Okay, Miss Chris, how can they contact you, lady?
Yes, you can find me on www.sheperseveredllc.com, where women empowerment is our business. We are here to help you strategize your business, do marketing, analysis of your business, and help you elevate your business to the next level. I'm also on social media under She Persevered and also under Consulting with Joy. That's the consulting part. Thank you.
Thank you. She perseveres. I like that. Ooh. Okay, Miss Nina. I told you I'm giddy. I'm like a little kid now.
Okay, again, I'm Lanita Fitzgerald, and for my jewelry, if you're interested in purchasing any accessories to make your outfits pop, you can go to www.formysistersake.com, and sisters is spelled SISTAHS, for books, motivational speaking, to be a part of the For My Sister's Sake circle. You can go to my website. It's www.authorlfits.com. I'm also on Instagram at Author L Fits, and on Facebook under my name, my personal name, Lanita Fitzgerald, and I also have a group on Facebook titled Author L Fits. That's how you can connect with me, Lanita Fitzgerald.
Okay, see, again, I'm going to remind everybody that they have so many ways to contact them, so there's no excuse that you can't reach out for these queens. And last but not least, the visionary, Pastor P. How can they contact you, lady?
Oh my goodness, this has been really awesome. Thank you, Barbara. People can contact me on my website, which is pauletteharper.com. I am the story expert coach to nonfiction aspiring authors. I teach them how to write their self-publishing books and then also to build a business around those books as well. And I'm on here on Facebook as Pastor Paulette Harper, Pastor P. I'm on Clubhouse as Paulette Harper as well. And I also have a business called Right Now Virtual Book Tours, where I help authors get exposure for their books by promoting them online with bloggers and also radio shows. So you can check me out there. I do have another anthology that I'm going to be doing an author call for in November for the first one in 2022 called The Breaking Point. And so I'm going to be looking for more authors to be part of that as well. So that's up and coming. And so look out for that.
Ooh, The Breaking Point. Yes, I think we all get back in that book and have some stories. And then you can do, then after that, you do your men's thing that we talked about.
Yes, I'll do my men. Yes.
So you busy. So see, now that she's calling it out there, everybody. So if you want to put that pen to paper and write your story and put it out there so people can hear that you're a lighthouse, go to Pastor P. She will definitely help you get through that and get you out there published and seen and get that visibility going. That's what it's all about, getting visibility so people can hear your voice. And with that, ladies, thank you so much. This has been an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to have you on the show, the Diamond Factor Experience Show with myself. And I'm just going to ask you again real quickly, if you say, you know what, Barbara, can I come back on, or I got something else going on, or whatever, call me, email me, reach out to me. I'm here for you. And that's what my mission is, to help especially women get that exposure, get that visibility, so they know that you are that lighthouse to the world. And with that, everybody, you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and next week. And remember, November, such a time as this, buy the book. It's pre-sale, right, Pastor P?
Yeah, we're currently doing pre-sales. All of the authors have their own, links to purchase copies of the book. The book is going to be released on November the 9th, the ebook. And so we're going to do a massive campaign for bestseller. And then we're going to have our virtual book launch on Saturday, November the 13th as well. And so that's going to be amazing. All the authors will get together in one hub and be able to share their power talks about their chapters and make more connection as well. So look for the release on November the 9th, and then look for us doing that virtual launch on Saturday, November the 13th.
Ooh, I gotta be there. Is some people invited to come?
Oh yeah. Come on in.
I'm gonna see you ladies again in action. Ooh,
yeah.
Wonderful. November 9th. It's a pre-sale. Next time, I'm going to make sure I get the link from Pastor P so you can start ordering these books, and make sure you take a day off like I want to do and read these chapters and get change, transformation, as we say, right? We want to change from one extreme to the next so we can be that light. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Pastor P. And we will be seeing you soon.
Thank you. God bless you guys.
Yes. Ooh, I'm telling you, every Friday, it's just becoming explosive, very explosive. And I just wanted to remind everybody, you heard these ladies speak. You heard their backstories. You heard that they're in books. You heard that they have a business. Reach out to them. Reach out to them. Even if you say, well, you know what, I don't really have anything particular that they can, I'm doing something. You know what? You know other people. It's not like you're in a world in a bubble. So you know that other people might need, these ladies that are doing in their CEO positions and wanting to help businesses, wanting to help others, want to transform people's life. See how powerful those words are? You can't help but sit there and want to say, yeah, I want to talk to them. So please, and I keep saying that a lot because I hate when people come on the show, they give their opening life and they say what they do, and then there's crickets when they don't hear nobody coming to them saying, well, wait a minute, I'm here to help you. I'm here to be, like I keep saying, that lighthouse to the world. So with saying that, I'm going back when I started at the beginning with the 3 L's. Live every moment, laugh every day, and love beyond words. I always have my little sayings here. You see, I got my little thing right there. Yeah. So the 3 L's, I always kind of show this every Friday because when I say live every moment, not just every moment, but every second of the day, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. We have lost a lot of people right now from last year to this year with COVID going on. And I don't want to put COVID out because I'm not putting that in the light. We know what that is, but it's reminding us. It's reminding us. It gave me a reminder. I know it gave me a reminder. It said, okay, Barbara, get it together. Get whatever that you have in whatever, get it together. This is a whole nother world now. And I knew that my mission to give the visibility and help visibility for women, especially in the areas of their business and what they're doing, if it's nonprofit, whatever it is, I said, I got to pick it up a notch. I got to pick it up a notch because now they need me even more because of what was going on in the world. And then we lost so many people. So that's why I said it's so important to take every moment, every second of the day to make sure that you're living your best life, not just for yourself, loving yourself, doing you. I know you got to do you, but make sure that you put that hand out and the other hand out and help each other. And that's what these women are doing. And this is what these queens are doing. So that I'm going to keep bringing them. And I don't care. He's like, Barbara, I said, yes, I'm going to keep bringing them on the show because y'all need to know these lighthouses out there. That's all I'm saying. And then laugh. You see, I'm always giddy and stuff because we have to. You have to have that smile no matter what the situation is. Especially a lot of times you're not in control of it anyway. So you got to let it go and let it just do what it do. And you do what you have to do to build yourself up. And then love beyond words. Love is needed right now. Love is needed in the world so bad right now. I'm telling you, it is a mission that I have that I want to share that love with others because we need that. That's the only way, everything that's going on. Love is the answer. And that's God. I'm telling you, and people be like, everybody has their different beliefs, but I believe in God, believe in Jesus, and that is the biggest thing right now that's going to help this world. And with that, you'll see us next Monday. We come on every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Central Time, 9 Eastern Time. And I always tell everybody else, kind of figure out all the rest of the time zones. Because then I'll get all crazy, be like, okay, what time did she say? No. Just get on the phone because I got a phone set down on my phone. There's a time zone chart. So I know exactly the time zones when I'm talking to all the people that come on the stage. But just like I said, live every moment, enjoy your weekend. See you on Monday. We'll have Mrs. Regina Bergman. She's going to be talking about finances and how to, get to the next level in that, making 6-digit figures instead of just the, norm. And then we're going to have Mr. Rodney come on, and he's always full of leadership, motivation. He just sets the stage off. So let's come back on Monday, see these wonderful experts that come on, and remember that you have a diamond in you. You just let it shine for yourself and for others in the world. See you on Monday.